of football they're accustomed to it. They're out of character, and they couldn't stay on schedule. This is a big play offense, spread you out. And Daniel Graham really can't be effective in what you call giant personnel. But Seattle showed the weakness that, first Arizona with the giant personnel being able to move the ball. And I think if they play Carolina or they play San Francisco, they're going to see that formation until they fix it.
What jumped out to me, I think going into the game, whether it's fair or unfair, a lot of people said, well, the dome element, benign conditions, how do they hang with the wind, the blustery conditions, the wetness, I thought they actually played tough. I thought they played incredibly dumb.
Yeah.
And if that was the first Saints game that I ever watched, I would walk away saying, boy, that's a poorly coached team.
What a great
I know
take.
that they're not that.
What a great take.
But they looked sloppy and dumb.
And that chunk of time where they were really, really running the ball well and effectively, and it was working, there's something that drives me nuts in football games. It's almost as if when something is working really, really well, an offensive coordinator says, okay, that works, let's try something else. Don't stop. If the defense isn't stopping you, don't stop what you're doing.
Well, what happened is they got off a schedule. When you have penalties and holding calls, what happens is you can't continue to run the ball, so it makes you do something.
But at that point in the game, I still think it was early enough that if you're doing something and it's effective, don't say, okay, well, we can do that. Let's try something else. Make the defense stop you.
I have a very basic question. May I ask it? If you're going to go for it twice on 4th and 3, and by all means go for it, don't you think that the previous play should be a pass just based on the sheer percentages? If you're going for it twice with Drew Brees, let Drew Brees throw twice.
Well, let your best players win the game for you.
Come on, throw the football.
I will say that. You want your best players to make plays.
Yeah.
Well, but you have to think about the conditions. If he had to win, he was having trouble holding the ball.
But then why pass on 4th down?
Initially.
Why pass on 4th down? I guess the premise is if you already know what you have. Granted, Drew Brees in the first half was bad. But if you're going for it twice on 4th and 3, don't run on 3rd down, pass on 3rd down, and pass on 4th down.
Well, if you know
you'll find the guy.
I agree with you.
When you know you're going forward for 4 downs, you try and get as much chunk as you want to. You treat 3rd down essentially like 2nd down, which 2nd down is a play that you either try and you catch them sleeping. You saw him catch him on the 2-point conversion, where they thought it was a passing situation. That's how you catch them, slipping. You have to be unpredictable because they're playing the down and distance and tendencies.
By the way, if Seattle goes on and wins the Super Bowl, the stadium architects and engineers should get Super Bowl rings.
Good point.
Should get Super Bowl rings.